Have you ever felt like you're in a situation that's completely out of your control, where everything seems to be going wrong? What if I told you there is an ancient story about a young woman who faced an impossible crisis? A story where God's name is never even mentioned, yet his fingerprints are all over every single page. This is the incredible story of Esther, a tale of hidden providence and breathtaking courage that holds powerful truths for our lives today. Let's dive into the world of ancient Persia. A beautiful Jewish orphan named Esther wins a royal beauty pageant and becomes queen. Sounds like a fairy tale, right? But here's the twist. She has to keep her Jewish identity a secret. Meanwhile, a wicked and powerful official named Haman develops a deep hatred for Esther's cousin, Mordecai, because he refuses to bow down to him. This personal vendetta escalates into a monstrous plot. Haman convinces the king to issue a decree to annihilate all the Jewish people in the entire kingdom on a specific day. Can you imagine the terror? An entire nation facing a death sentence. This is where the story gets really interesting. God's name isn't there, but his hand is moving behind the scenes. Think about it. An orphan girl just happens to become queen. Her cousin just happens to overhear a plot to assassinate the king, saving his life. All these seemingly random events are pieces of a divine puzzle falling perfectly into place. It's a powerful reminder that even when we can't see God, he is always working, orchestrating events for his ultimate purpose. He is never absent, even when he is silent. Now, we come to the pivotal moment. Mordecai sends a message to Queen Esther, revealing the terrible decree and urging her to go before the king to plead for her people. But this was a death sentence in itself. No one could approach the king uninvited. Esther is terrified. Her initial reaction is one of fear, of self-preservation. But Mordecai's words to her are some of the most famous in the entire Bible. And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this. Wow, those words change everything. Esther realizes her position, her influence, her very life. He might have been given to her for this exact moment. It's a call to courage. It's a challenge to see our circumstances not as accidents, but as assignments. Esther rises to the occasion. She chooses courage over fear, saying, "If I perish, I perish." She decides to risk her life for the sake of her people. This teaches us that true courage isn't the absence of fear. It's acting in spite of it, trusting that we are positioned by God for a purpose. What happens next is a stunning reversal of fortune. Esther wisely hosts a banquet for the king and Haman. At the second banquet, she exposes Haman's wicked plot. The king is furious. In a dramatic turn of events, the very gallows Haman had built to hang Mordecai become the instrument of his own execution. The genocidal decree against the Jews is reversed, and they are given the right to defend themselves. The day that was meant for their destruction becomes a day of victory and celebration, a festival called Purim that is still celebrated today. This incredible turnaround shows us that our God is a God of reversals. He can take the enemy's worst plans and turn them for our good and his glory. At the heart of this story is the theme of identity and integrity. Esther had to hide her identity to survive, but when the moment came, she had to reveal it to save her people. Her integrity was tested. Would she stay silent to protect herself, or would she stand up for who she was and what was right? She chose integrity. Mordecai, too, refused to compromise his faith by bowing to Haman, and his integrity was ultimately honored. Their story challenges us to ask, are we living with integrity? Are we willing to stand for our convictions, even when it's costly? So, what's the big takeaway for us today? Just like Esther, you have been placed where you are for a reason. Your job, your family, your community, your unique gifts, they are not random. God has positioned you for such a time as this. You might be facing a challenge that seems impossible. You might feel like God is silent or distant. But the story of Esther encourages us to look for God's hidden hand, to choose courage over fear, and to live with integrity. Don't underestimate the role you have to play in God's great story. You have been placed exactly where you are, for this very moment. Thank you so much for watching. If this story encouraged you, please hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. See you next time.